Welcome back, everyone. Isn't it our goal to live intentionally? And motivational speaker Kaylee Speaks is here to help us all out with some tips.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on again. I'm excited to talk about this.
What does it mean when you say live intentionally?
Live on purpose. Like, there are times when life just kind of happens to us, and sometimes we need those because amazing things happen. But when we're stuck there, that's when you just get stuck. You get stagnant. So live life on purpose. Be intentional about what you're trying to do and accomplish.
All right, so what are some of the tips that you say? What should we think about first off the bat?
So first things first, and it depends on kind of how you work, because some people love goal setting, some people hate goal setting. So pick a goal or pick a trait. So if you want to pick a goal like, okay, I want to write a book, I want to get married, I want to get in shape, whatever, here's your goal. If you want to do a trait, like I want to be kind, I want to be patient, I want to be optimistic. So whatever resonates the most with you at wherever point in your life, choose some big, lofty either goal or trait depending on where you're at right now.
And am I writing it down?
So we're going to get to step 2 on that one.
Okay, that's step 2. I'm getting ahead of you.
Yeah, you're jumping ahead of
this.
Live in the present, Niche.
If that's the trait you want, yeah, be present. So pick your big, lofty thing. The second part to help kind of feed this of what the thing you want to be intentional about is to write it down and then do 3 columns. So write down what you want.
Okay.
And then you do 3 columns and you label them helpful, neutral, and hurtful. And you write down every action you take and mark it in one of your columns.
That helps that goal.
That helps that goal or trait you're trying to develop specifically.
Okay.
So, Kaylee, can you give an example of something you're working towards?
Yeah, so absolutely. So let's say one of my goals is, I want to get married again one day. Cool. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to have my 3 columns. And in the helpful column, I'm going to put, all right, I am going on dates. I am learning how to do this. I am doing this. I am going to therapy, whatever it is in my helpful column. In my neutral column, I sleep, I eat, I go to work, just kind of those types of things that we do, whatever our goal is or whether we have it or not.
And then the hurt column would be?
Negative self-talk, pessimistic thinking, like those kind of things, those actions you're taking that are making what you're trying to do harder. So kind of split those up. Then after you do that part, you go into the neutral column. Okay, is what I'm eating making my goal easier or harder? Is how I'm sleeping making my goal easier or harder to do?
That makes sense, because I was thinking, what is the point of the neutral column? But then that's when you dive in and analyze, where does it go?
Could you move it to your helpful? Could there be
things? Could you sleep more? Could you do all those other things?
Exactly, because look, no matter what your goal you're trying to do, whatever trait you're trying to develop, every little thing, how you think, how you feel, all those things kind of match up. Oh, I forgot to add this morning. When you're choosing like the first goal, don't choose a feeling. Like, I want to be happy. That's a feeling. That's not a goal or a trait. And those are meant to be cycled through. It's very healthy. Like, if you think I'm happy and then you're sad, you're like, I failed. No, like, don't make your goal a feeling.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, don't make your goal a feeling. Make it a trait. Make it like
tangible, something tangible you can work on.
Don't make it a feeling. Yeah.
So then how do you take the first steps?
So after you've kind of done your column thing, because that could be overwhelming, right? We do a lot of actions and things that are really helpful, really hurtful, or neutral. After you kind of split them as much as you can, because some things truly are neutral, less than you think, but they are. Then you start looking at the hurtful column and like, I'm going to choose one thing I'm going to take out of the hurtful column, and I'm going to choose one neutral thing I'm going to make helpful. So just start with a little baby step thing and work your way through. And like, give yourself a sense of progress. Some people like to feel a sense of progress daily. Some people like to feel weekly. You kind of have to have some self-awareness, because you don't want to use this as a tool to beat yourself up when you're already feeling
No, but
down.
I like the logical part of this,
Yes.
because it's one thing to manifest, I'd like to get married someday again, and it's another to tangibly write it down and say, how am I working on that and what are my goals?
Exactly. So that's the whole point, be intentional. And the funny thing is as we're working towards these goals, as we're working towards these traits, you can make the perfect plan, something will always change. But that's okay, because since you're trying to move things to just, the whole point of the exercise is to make it so you are on purpose working towards something bigger. So when something changes, that's okay, because you can go, okay, this is helping me towards it, or this is something that's an obstacle to it, whatever. You can categorize and roll with things a lot better, because you know if they're helping you towards your big goal or not.
Kaylee, real quick though, do you choose one trait or are you working on several at the same time?
If you're starting to do this and you get overwhelmed, because I'm an anxious, overwhelmed person, start with one. Don't overwhelm yourself with things from so many categories. When you start getting in the habit, yeah, then do more at once. But start with one and see how it goes, see how you adapt to it, see how your anxiety does. Just pay attention to how you're feeling and and celebrate all the little column changes.
Just get started. Today, Living Intentionally. Kaylee is a motivational speaker. You can find her on Instagram and Facebook at Kaylee Speaks, and also a link on our website. Happy Friday.